3, 2, 1, I'm the bomb, and I'm ready to go off, ready to go off, ready to go off in your shit. Hello, welcome, general salutations, goodbye, and no, don't go. Don't go, come back, please. Please come back. I'm Mr. Philby, and welcome to Let's Finish Bomberman Tournament. My new logarithmic update schedule has been a rousing success. Expect the next episode in 2072. Okay, jokes aside, I haven't updated this thing for over 2.5 years. This is footage that I captured sometime last year, hoping to make an episode, but I never finished it for some reason. Sort of forgot about it. Oh well, we're doing it now. It's going to be a rousing success. The gels are green now. I think they're called gels, the bubbly things. Bubbly enemies. They're green in this zone. They're exactly the same. They take the same amount of health. Just kill hits. Kill hits explode. Sandstorm! We can't go that way. Except we can, because we have you know? The magical unicorn given to us by Princess What's-Her-Name, who lives in the fairy castle. Welcome to Zeta, I believe. The town of Zeta is menaced by falling explodey rocks, as this tiny gentleman shall explain. It gives us the wonderful hint of don't stand under the falling rocks. Thanks, man! I'll bear that in my mind. This woman's floor appears to be some sort of beta texture. Don't worry, I'm sure the programmers will put in a nice rug or something by the time this thing hits alpha. It has been a little while, so I'm going to recap the plot of this game so far and the basic premise. We are Bomberman, a Bomberman from the planet Bomberman, and we've been sent here by Doc to look for the missing Bomberman Max, who is not a Bomberman but a cyborg. He came to this planet after some meteors fell, and we lost contact or some shit, I don't know. This man wants us to walk 100 steps, so he'll give us this terrifying octopus creature. We want it for reasons that will be discovered later on. Anyway, we haven't found Max yet, but we have found some holograms left by him in the bases that have been built by the 5 deadly bombers, or the dastardly bombers, or the nasty bombers, or the dirty bombers, I'm not sure. Those are also not Bombermen, but cyborgs, the people that have been made to be like Bomberman. They're not actually Bombermen, who's a race of people. Not just Bomberman. Bomberman's just like the most basic Bomberman, I guess. It's like if you were just a person called human, and you had no interesting distinguishing traits from any other person. Everybody else just looked like you, but with a different coloured hat or something. That's what Bomberman's life is like. That's his existence. No wonder he went to space. Anyway, we've got annoying bat enemies. I can't remember if we faced them before, but they are an embuggerance. They will fly and become unhittable wire explosions and shoot tiny pellets at us. I dislike them. Money! Anyway, the 5 dirty bombers have turned up, built dungeons. We've gone into 3 of the dungeons. Out of a possible 5, we've used special Pokemon to get into the boss rooms, and when we've gone in there, they've turned into big monsters. And we've killed them all! Well, we've killed 3 out of the 5 bombers. We have, I believe, Golem Bomber and Brain Bomber left. Brain Bomber being the final bomber. On completing the dungeons, a hologram of the missing cyborg Darth Vader Max has turned up, giving us a medallion, which last time we learnt we need to access the final dungeon / ruling palace of this world. The flying castle in the sky, known only as fantasy. Is this the real life? Is it just fantasy? I don't know. Where I was going with that, let's carry on through this cave. We've got to explode all the things so we can continue. This is some suboptimal bomb placement. I don't know why I'm blowing up those rocks. There's 2 rocks we need to destroy to get through here. I've successfully blown up one of them and then another. And I took some damage, and I'm the worst. I hadn't played the game for like a year. Cut me a little slack. This isn't going to be like super optimal play, I'm afraid. super duper optimal play is not to be expected. We'll get through though. We'll play good enough. We've still got our remote control bombs, and I believe we have a Carabon equipped that gives us a bomb up. I think we're at maximum bombitude at the moment, so this guy gives us all the stuff that we need. We come all this way through a cave to meet a woman who tells us absolutely nothing useful and heals us. Hooray! I love the secrets in this game, they're so great. Let's speed this up a little. See, this is a bit more optimal. Not a terrible amount more optimal though. Maybe it just looks better because it's fast. There we go. Sometimes the easiest way is just to drive bombs at everything until you can pass. Oh yes, one more detail about the plot. The last time we got a medallion from Hologram Max, he told us he is in fantasy. He is up in the castle, that's where we got to go. And he also laughed maniacally, which was a thing that he did. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure Brain Bomber has done nothing to him. Anyway, we're here in the fire zone, the lava zone. This level's got a beach zone and a desert zone. It's a bit arbitrary, bit redundant, but you know, deserts aren't beaches, they're similar. They're very similar in a lot of respects, very sandy, but not quite the same. Oh, here's that thing that woman we've spent ages walking to told us about. A small mini dungeon on our way. Here we have some Hige bandits, a popular enemy in other entries in the Bomberman canon. This is their only appearance so far. I can't remember if we've seen them before, but here they are. They're not really involved in this. The Hige bandits, I think, are separate from the Dastardly Bombers. Maybe. Anyway, these are the 5 Dastardly Bombers. I think there was like an older Bomberman game that featured them. Or like Bombermen similar to them. Anyway, here's a Carabone. It's actually one of the few useful Carabones. They're sort of backloaded in this game. I believe we're going to get 4 actually very useful Carabones in this one episode. Took the game long enough, but before that we must get through this moving course of Hige bandits, so we may continue with the game and win ourselves a Carabon. It's terribly interesting. There we go, we did it. That's a little bit tricky. The hitbox on those guys is a little bit weird. Anyway, this is a P-Animal, Pommy Animal, who gives us a run button. Yeah, see, we're going really fast now, and that was wrong. Try again. There we go. A run button would have been, you know, useful. It would have been actually really, really useful for most of this game, where we've been moving very slowly indeed. We've only just got the run button after we finish the dungeon that gives us the gold shoes, the fastest moving shoes in the game. Here we are in another town that I forget the name of. But let's go up here and explore this different coloured rock. You may remember pushing these rocks makes stairways appear. And we'll go down there and somebody will give us a useless bit of information. Yep. Yep, if you want to buy a comic book, which you may remember, or you may not, is basically boss hint books. We've got to go all the way to the Volcano. There's a shop near the dungeon. We have no use for that large potion, but we do want the teriyaki beef. We're going to want 2 beefs, but for the moment we can only carry 1. Actually, talking to these people in this town, which I forget the name of, probably like Zoutalon or Bibsel Both or something, I don't know, some sort of Greek letter that I know all of. Not Omega, Omega's a different place. This guy tells us exactly what to do. We need to go to the town of Omega, which is someplace, and we need to get Unagi, a Carabon that will make it rain. There's another one of those placeholder textures. We really need to tighten the graphics up on level 3 before they release this old internet joke, I think. Did I ever read the sign? I want to read this. I want to know what town this is. Ah, if I remember correctly, we actually had a bomb material we got from someplace. The balloon will make the hold bomb. The hold bomb is it's crap. It's not very good. It has no advantage over a regular bomb. See, you drop it, you get an explosion. You hold it a bit, it charges up and you get an explosion that's slightly bigger. You hold it the longest you can, which is 5. And that's the worst place I could have shown that off because we didn't actually see how far the explosion went. Let's try again. Yep, we can get a very, very long explosion. And the regular explosion is, of course, the strength of a normal bomb. It's not terribly. Compared to bombs you can drive around after enemies, a bomb that you have to hold to make it go slightly further is not very good at all. Anyway, back to Zeta, the first town in the desert region. The terrible deserty region. We've done the step thing for the guy, so we're going to get this terrifying squid monster. Gotta catch them all. Gotta have them all given to me by various old men in different places. Gotta find them hidden in caves. Gotta train them up so they can be really good at the completely random fighting mechanics that require no skill. Just grinding and luck. Anyway, now we got this guy, we can return to the very first area of the game. I think that was the town of Beta, and if we use our fast forward function and the run button we have recently found, we can return here and cross this 1 square gap using Sibaloon, who makes rainbow bridges. And we can find the end of this thing and find Fire Kong. Fire Kong is unique in that he's actually covered in fire and he's of fire element. And he's got fire in the name. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Anyway, this is the most useful Carabon in the game because it gives us the ability to remotely detonate bombs. Yes, we can now explode bombs at our leisure, in sequence at our choosing of time. There we go. So we have a remote control, remote activated bombs. They're 2 different things. We can drive them and explode them on when we like. This is what we want to do. This is the best way to play the game. This will make us a lot more effective and a lot faster. He is, in my opinion, the most essential Carabon in the game. It is a shame you cannot get him, and oh my god! I forgot about this. This is a random thing. This oasis appears with a hidden Carabon in it, Elikong. He's got a nice ability, but we've just got the best ability, so who even cares? Basically, this oasis can appear anywhere in the desert, and it does so randomly. I believe I had a failed recording of this where I ran around the desert for like 5 minutes until it appeared, and I messed up the recording and it didn't have any sound, so I did it again, and expecting to have to run all the way around this stupid desert for 5 minutes. It just appeared on the first screen right when I entered, and that is astonishingly good luck. Yes, Elikong lets us walk over obstacles. A very good ability for getting places fast, but not a great ability for actually doing combat-y things, but you know, it speeds this bit up quite a lot. And of course, This section is gated off. We need a Sibaloon, so we may cross the Rainbow Bridge. This is much faster than exploding them. And here we are in Omega, a hidden village. If we look at the map, you'll find that Omega is in fact next to the starting area. That was the forest we started in. We're sort of over to the side. We're back at the beginning of the game, except this place is completely unconnected. It just shares a spot on the map. Here we are. In Omega, we're after that Unagi. We're after Unagi, a Carabon Pokemon that can make it rain. In the non-stripper money sense, and the actual, like, you know, precipitation. Water droplets from the sky and that sort of thing. I really do forget why we have to make it rain. I guess we'll find out. This is the voyage of discovery for both you and me. This guy's gonna tell us to move Morg. Who mourns for Morg? Nobody mourns for Morg. Morg's just sitting here. Hello, Morg. He's got our T-beef and now he's gonna fuck off. Get out of the way. You're in the way even though Bomberman could clearly walk around you. Yep, there was a giant. He's no longer here. We can access the other half of town. Yes, different Max. Cyborg Max and Samurai Tunnel Digging Max are completely separate characters. The dastardly bombers do not know the existence of this secret town hidden in the leaves. Brain Bomber! We're hearing a lot about the dastardly bombers here. Their previous attack. Well, they came here and Samurai Max did a stabbing on Brain Bomber. And then they left, but now they come back. Anyway, here's the place. Hello. Come with me. We gotta get the rain to happen and then you'll follow me around forever. You weird sacred animal that's necessary for a desert town to survive through your yearly rain dance ritual. Join my team, we'll go fight people. We'll win a large potion at the arcade. Ita, that's the name of the town. Ita. Not one of the most commonly used Greek letters. You don't see that one very much. Gotta actually equip Unagi. Got this special plinth. I do like you have to actually talk to the people in town to work this out. Ah, of course. We need to make it rain so that this lava pool on top of the pyramid will, yeah. Not sure how that worked, but okay. There's a pyramid now. And we need to buy more beef. It's very important we buy all the beef. And let's get Fire Kong back, because Fire Kong's the best Kong. No, wait. Lanky Kong is the best Kong. There's no arguing with that. Candy Kong is the worst Kong. I think we can all agree though that Fire Kong is the best Kong in this particular game. Another large medicine when I was at full health and already had a large medicine. Bomberman just chugs it for no reason and it's gone. Here we have some antlion looking things. We'll do a vortex and shoot at you. That's sneaky of them. Here's another cave with a man with hints to give you. Really, if If you're exploring enough of the game to find every single cave, you're probably gonna stumble upon what they're talking about after you've already been there or done the thing. Generally, it's weird that the hints of where to go in this game are sometimes more hidden than where you actually have to go. Dumb. Most of them, I think, actually. We've collected almost all of the Pokemon so far. We've probably got about over 20? Let me see. Well, it's going to be the one we find in the dungeon. There's going to be the one we merge in the dungeon. And that's gonna happen twice. And I believe there's one we need to get into a dungeon. So I think we got about 20. We've got 5 left, I think. We found quite a lot of them in this episode. And here we have Sibaloon again. I suppose at the very least Sibaloon actually has, you know, a use. There's so many Carabones in this game that just do one thing, or just a couple of things. Like that one that makes like invisible doorways appear, and he has like 3 uses, I think. It's a cutscene trigger to make a door appear, and there's like a hidden door you need to make appear, and there's a hidden stairway in that one dungeon. It's nice that there's actually an effect going on. If I was in charge of designing a game like this, I'd make it so that most of the Carabones had actually a passive effect, so you wouldn't have to switch to them. There really is, but I don't see why this just can't be an effect that once you get the Pokemon, you can do this just by walking to places where it would activate. Or that one that lets you cross that one bridge by flying over it. Like, that should just once you have the thing, you should just do it. And like the ones you have active are the ones that actually do something with the B button. Or like have a passive effect that changes how your bombs work. We don't need to go to the arcade, we got some health. We don't need to do the firewalk. We definitely don't need to walk in that fire. Or that lava or magma. Is it magma that's... Yeah, it's magma that's underground. It's lava when it's above ground. More green things. Aha, there we go, look at that. I took damage to save time, like a speedrunner might. That road will appear once we complete the dungeon. That seems to be the case. Let's swallow our pride and actually use a medicine, and then immediately waste the health we got back by walking into a gel. Let's swallow our pride, doubly so. And use the large medicine as well. And who can wait for these things? Let's just power through. I'm too impatient, I can't stand waiting. This video is long enough. This video is long enough by half. It's almost over though, don't worry. Just gotta explore the volcano and get to the Golem boss. Probably ignore most of this stuff. Sibaloon again. Sibaloon with your rainbow bridges. Not sure what that was. I'll try not to do it again. We're getting very close to the top of the mountain now, even though we've gone a bit further down. But we want to go in here. For this woman will exchange beef for health. A heart container is ours for the price of 200 gold worth of stinking beef. Delicious stinking teriyaki beef. Yeah, there we go. Ella Kong, the second best Kong in this game. Will make us walk through this. This is a problem with Zelda games and Zelda knockoffs in general. The item switching element to it. You know, some of them sort of work it a little better. I remember Darksiders had a little way around it. It's sort of the Super Metroid way of like just upgrades applying to everything a bit. This fairy heals us, as fairies always do when we find them in locked caves. There's the dungeon, but there's a little bit further. Here we have some Lionels. Sorry, not Lionels, Pharaohs. They're just like Lionels though. And here we have the comic book. We also do need a large medicine, but we can only afford one, but require neither. Once again, the comic book is just a boss strategy. We don't need no stinking boss strategies. We'll work it out as we go. This bit up here just has a terrible fire-breathing pharaoh. Let's get out of here. And I'll see you next time as we continue to finish this Let's Play. See you in 3 years.